Hey guys, today I want to talk about expat dreams that can kill. And here's what I mean by that. A lot of the expats that we got coming over here, I've actually had some people ask me if they could come over here on $325 a month. That was a recent call. That's a true call. That's kind of like a death wish. I explained to him and told him what was going on and told him that's very, very unsafe. It's extremely unsafe. Can people do it over here? Very unlikely on $325. I mean, there's a guy down south of here, I think he lives on 500 or something like that, but he made like a niche for himself and somehow hacked out his lifestyle down there. But if he gets sick of something, I don't know how much cash he has saved or anything. I don't know all the full, his full story. I don't have the complete story on him. So I don't know if he has any emergency funds or anything like that. Because if you don't have an emergency fund, don't even bother coming. You know, because if you have nothing in the bank or anything to help you when you get sick or any health insurance when you come over here, don't even come. The minimum to come over here, and at least stay semi-healthy if you're pretty frugal, I would say would be like $1,200. I wouldn't come over here with $1,000 or less. It's going to be rough. I mean, could you live over here on $1,000? If you're very frugal, you're living alone, your girlfriend might work or something like that, yeah, you could probably hack it out and make a living. But it's not safe. It's not safe for many reasons. And let me get into this a little bit more. The reason why it's not safe is because if you go into the hospital and the hospital asks you for money up front and you don't have it, guess what? You're not getting treated, okay? And you can die. Now, I've told people this in the past. One thing I've noticed around here, and a lot of expats agree with me when I put this out there, and some don't, some do, but the majority of expats over here have told me that most of their friends that they see die at age 72. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of the expats that come over here, I notice that they're very overweight. They're not healthy. They got diabetes. They got this, they got that, and they're not getting treated properly for it because they don't have insurance. They don't have the money to see doctors. And doctors are cheap over here. And actually, most of your supplies for diabetes and cholesterol are fairly reasonable over here if you at least come over here with a decent amount of money and you come over here safe. Okay, but a lot of people don't come here safe. Now, if you're healthy and you come over here and you got like $1,200 or more, you could probably make it over here pretty good. But I always tell people the target zone to be in, or the sweet spot as I call it, we call it the sweet spot budget. And we did a video on this. You guys might want to look at this, is $2,000 to $3,000 or more. I mean, if you have more than $3,000, you're living high on the hog over here. You're living very well. Okay, that's a good place to be. You have very few worries. You know, a lot of people, they don't get it when they come here. They think because Filipinos can live on $500, they can live on $500. There's Filipinos that live on $300 over here, but it's not easy. You live very unhealthy. You live in conditions that are very substandard conditions. And during the rainy season, when you have no AC and it's muggy and it's hot and you're damp all the time, your skin starts falling apart, you start getting health issues, there's bugs, things like that. That's why you want to have a halfway decent place to live in. This place that I'm in right now, look at this place. I mean, we discussed this before, $80. But some guys, they want to live like in a $40 or $20 place. And we've seen that with a few people that come over here. There was a guy here from down south, and he lived very rough. I've seen some of his videos before. He lived very rough in basically in bamboo houses, you know, in cabana style homes and things like that. And it was not healthy, not healthy. You know, I mean, when it rains and you don't have a TV and you're bored sitting in your place and there's nothing to do, guess what? You're gonna get sick because you're just laying around, you're bored, you're not working your mind. You need a computer, a TV, a refrigerator, AC, things like that to stay healthy. Those things actually keep you healthy. Some people might say, well, how does a refrigerator keep you healthy? Well, it keeps your food good, keeps it decent, keeps it so that it will store longer. If you're leaving it out around and there's flies and bugs all over it, you're not gonna stay healthy. The TV keeps your mind busy and the computer keeps your mind busy. And also you get to talk to people and you got a built-in social network right in your home so you can talk to other people, talk to relatives back home and things like that. You need insurance over here. You need like things like Pacific Cross. and you need your emergency fund. You need your startup fund. We've talked about this before. If you guys are coming over here and you think you're going to live really cheap and you have no emergency fund, no startup fund, and you're coming in here and thinking, well, I can live on $800 a month, or I can live on $600 a month. You don't even have startup money. You don't have unless you get into a furnished apartment that you can find for really cheap, and those are going to probably be a dump. You know, a lot of the apartments over here are different standards than what we expect in the U.S. And this apartment right here that I'm in right here, we've built this here. We have two of these apartments side by side for two expats that are coming over here. We talk about this quite a lot, but I want to touch on this a little bit more. These are healthy apartments. They're clean, they're neat. They might be a little bit small, but for people coming over here and they want to live cheap, or people that want to come over here and they have a lot of money, but they still want to save their money so they can travel around the Philippines, these are perfect because it gives you that extra boost that you're going to need for paying for things like, let's say you want to go to a nice restaurant some night. Rather than paying $300 or $600 for an apartment, look at this place. This place is equal to some of the apartments down in Cebu that they're charging $300 to $600 for a studio or a one bedroom. I've seen some of them. Yes, you don't have a pool. Yes, you don't have an exercise place, but right down the street here, as I've mentioned before, guess what? You got a gym, and they're talking about possibly putting a pool in there. So, and that's right here in Tracy Martirez. These places, we got 4 of them being built out back here. We discussed that in the other video too. But guys, I want you guys staying safe. Don't come if you're really old and you have a hard time back home. I want you to consider this: you're going to have 3 times the problems here that you will back home. So if you're unhealthy, you're having a hard time living because of things back in the U.S., triple that. Triple that. I'm not saying you can't make life easy over here. If you have cash, you can make life very easy over here. Okay? I've made my life really decent. But a lot of the older guys are telling me, Steve, my money is not lasting that much over here. I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling. Well, if you come over here, you know what? You might struggle more. And guess what? If you need to fall back on some sort of welfare or some sort of government subsidies or help or anything, or food stamps or something like that, you lose that the moment you step into this country. And also, guess what? You don't have Medicare over here. You lose a lot of that. After a while, you can get some sort of help, but it's not the greatest. Somebody put out there, but I haven't really looked into Medicare that much, so I'm not really that up on Medicare, and I'm not sure if that's the truth, because I don't believe it is the truth. I believe there's some stipulations, and it's very hard to get that money because you have to submit it and then try to get it, and you know they're going to ask you for a copy of your passports probably or whatever. I don't know how that works, so I really can't get that much into it, but I'm just you know guessing what you probably have to submit to these people. I just want you guys safe. Health-wise, coming in here with diabetes, cholesterol issues, heart issues, things like that, it could be a death wish for some. It could be a death wish. It's not good. I just want you guys to be safe. You guys know I really care about you expats out there. You guys know I'll do anything to kind of protect you or whatever. And I rather see people stay home and be safe sometimes. In some cases, I tell people stay home and be safe than come here. And I've talked about this too, that the average age of an expat death over here is about 72. It's about 72, right around there. And it's usually because the expat is unhealthy, he's not living a good lifestyle, he's diabetic, he's not getting the proper care, he's not watching his diet, or it's a heart attack or a stroke or something because the guy is way overweight and he's not eating correctly, he's not eating healthy. I want you guys healthy. You know, if there's one thing that I can help you guys with is screwing your head on straight. And that's what we try to do with this channel. I want, you know, look back at my videos, guys, and those will help you to come over here safely. I know we got a lot of videos. Look at the ones that fit you. We do a lot of videos talking about like China and things like that. Look at my budget videos, my healthcare videos, things like that. Get a rough idea what you need over here to live life to the fullest. I'm going to make a video one of these days, and I'm probably going to go on and talk for about 20 or 30 minutes. Probably in the upcoming future, I want to do a video and just talk one-on-one with you guys about my life here and what my average daily life is like here, from getting up in the morning to going to bed at night. what I do during the week, what do I do to stay healthy? How do I eat? What do I eat? When do I go to bed? How do I talk to people back in the States? I want to do a video all about that and just talk briefly about each subject to try to help you guys out a little bit more on that. What's your life going to be like? Will it be like my life? You know, that depends on how much income you have. In some cases, if you are very smart and very frugal, and you listen to some of my budget tips and things like that, and I'm going to go a little bit into that too, you can live really, really well, cheap, and have a really decent life over here. But it's all about the planning, okay? It's all about the planning. Anyway, guys, God bless. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Take care, guys.